It's a gorgeous night in the land of 10,000 lakes as Minnesota United FC 2 hosts the San Jose Earthquakes 2 from the National Sports Center Stadium in beautiful Blaine, Minnesota. Welcome in. I'm Josh Toll. Second meeting of the season between these two clubs. In the first, it was Quakes 2 holding on for a tough 1-0 win. Quakes 2 come to Minnesota, win this in their last 4 games. Meanwhile, Minnesota have lost back-to-back games, a win tonight for the Loons, and they find themselves in a playoff position with 7 games remaining. Those 3 points, they would leapfrog above Quakes 2 in the 8th and final playoff spot. Our starting lineups for these clubs, we begin with Minnesota United. Fernando Adi will have his club in a 4-3-3 with 3 changes from the loss against Timbers 2. Darius Randall back in the starting 11, getting the start up front. 6 goals, 5 assists on the season for him. Maxwell Hardwood getting his 12th start of the season in the midfield. Nick Dang back between at the center back position wearing the captain's armband once again. Christos Bita back between the sticks once again, making his 9th start of the season. He's just allowed 10 goals on the year, has made 32 saves. He'll see if he can hold off the high-scoring offense of San Jose Earthquakes 2. Earthquakes 2, Dan DeGear will have his club in a 4-3-3 with just 2 changes, both those coming in the back line. Diego Baptista getting his 8th start of the season. Nicholas Dossman once again in the starting lineup, his 19th start of the year. Alejandro Cano will be his center back partner wearing the captain's armband tonight. Nathan Crockford with his 10th start of the season between the sticks. Just allowed 12 goals on the season. He's made 29 saves on the year for both sides. This could come down to whose goalkeeper can make that one brilliant save to possibly get a win. Second meeting of the season between these clubs. Earlier this year, it was Quakes 2 with a 1-0 win over the Loons. Alejandro Cano with the lone goal in that game. Rohan Rajagopal was sent off with a red card in the 45th minute. Quakes 2 were able to hold on to the victory. And talking with Dan DeGear about that one, it was an interesting game. They go up 1-0 on a corner and then all changed in the second half with the red card, but it was impressive with how his team did not allow Minnesota to have a lot of space. It really, he felt, was a character-building win for Minnesota United tonight in their all-black kits with the light blue trim on the sides. Meanwhile, for Quakes 2, they are in the all-white kits with the black numbers. Our head referee tonight is Caton Throwbridge. Our first assistant, Joseph Kinoff. Our second assistant, Tyler Spica. And our fourth official tonight is Jacob Larson as we are underway from Blaine, Minnesota and the National Sports Center Stadium. San Jose Earthquakes on the season. They have 8 wins, currently sitting in that 8th and final playoff position. They've scored 38 goals on the year, but in their last 4 games, they are winless. You go back to the draw against Austin. Before that, they were shut out in their 3 previous games as they're looking for a bounce-back performance here tonight against a tough Minnesota side. Meanwhile, Minnesota right now sitting 9th in the standings with the 29 points. They've scored 29 goals on the year. They're the team that is lethal in the box, but they need to find a way to be creative and execute in that box. As Quakes 2 will have an early chance. This ball sent back post, but easily grabbed out of the air by Bita. For Bita, his 9th start of the season, his first year coming over from Latvia. This Minnesota United team not afraid to give a lot of their academy players a lot of minutes over the course of the season as this is going to be played back by Clarkson. Clarkson once again getting the start, his 9th start of the season out of UNC Wilmington. Minnesota doing a great job of mixing in players with the first team as well as players that have been drafted or played college soccer as well as their academy team. Here's Bohan. He loses possession, but it comes right to Allen, who takes a swipe at it, but it goes right into the hands of Bita. Tomo Allen tonight getting his 14th start. This is his 19th appearance of the season. Played his freshman year last year at Stanford for the Cardinal, where he had 3 goals. A mainstay, though, for San Jose as this is sent forward by the Loons. And he'll go all the way back and able to grab it is Baptista, who gets the start tonight. Rajagopal, who had the red card in the last meeting between these two teams, possesses the ball as he gives it up. Alejandro Cano wearing the captain's armband for Quakes 2. Meanwhile, it's Nick Dang wearing it for Minnesota United. A couple center backs with the opportunity once again to wear the armband as Heisner will play it up to midfield. Tracking back is Bohane, trying to create a little space. Plays it into Spivey. Spivey, now 17 years old, began the season at 16. He's seen some time with the U.S. Youth National Team at the U17 level. Got called up earlier this season as this is flicked on to Julian Donnery. Donnery cuts to his right. Donnery, the shot! He wanted a top right corner, but sails over. Julian Donnery nearly getting his 7th goal of the season. Donnery does a great job getting by Dang by bringing the ball back to his right foot. Got a good look, but couldn't get the finish. This ball sent out, and it's going to go out of play, and it'll be a throw in here for Quakes 2 as they try to capitalize on the mistake by the keeper, Bita. Quakes 2 coming off a 1-1 draw against Austin FC, where they eventually fell in kicks. Cano with the lone goal in that game. That goal coming in the second half in the 53rd minute, but talking to Dan DeGear about that performance, really thought it was a very good performance against a great team. Thought we were the better team on the night. Talked about how they outshot them, had good moments, and really a good second half. But he really felt that they should have came up with 3 points, but they got a good result, and that's coming after a tough loss the week before where they fell 3-0. In the last 4 games for Quakes 2, they've been outscored 6-1. They've been shut out 3 times in those 4 games. Of course, the lone result last week with a score against Austin. One of the top scoring teams in MLS Next Pro, 38 goals on the season for Quakes 2. Starting off hot, but have simmered down a little bit lately. Both these teams, playoff teams, a season ago. For Minnesota United, they finished 5th in the Western Conference with 44 points. For Quakes 2, they were in 2nd with 52 points. Both teams, once again, hoping to make the playoffs. Right now, it's Minnesota on the outside looking in, sitting 9th, and Quakes 2 currently holding that 8th and final position. For Quakes 2, they've made the playoffs 3 straight years, each time falling in the semifinals, hoping to change that once again this season under head coach Dan DeGear. Dan DeGear has been with the club since 2017 when he came to the academy before taking over as head coach for the Twos. A lot of familiar faces for him. Spivey battling for position with Hardwood, and he's going to win this battle. Bohane plays it up towards midfield. Rajagopal will play it out wide. This big diagonal ball to the outside is going to find its way to Donnery. Just went over the head of Tarnu. Rajagopal out wide into the channel. Ball sent in, deflected out. Kept alive, though, by Quakes 2. And now a throw here for the home side. Minnesota United at home this season. 4 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws. Meanwhile, Quakes 2 on the road this year. 3 wins, 4 losses, and 3 draws. Dossman back in the starting lineup after sitting out last week. For Dossman, 19 appearances, all starts this season. First year, he was second team all-WAC at San Jose State. Clarkson up the middle. This ball dispossessed by Bohane. No, there's going to be a foul call against Alejandro Cano. Set piece opportunity here early for the Twos as San Jose Quakes will give the ball back. It'll be Anderson Ferris taking the kick. Try to loop this ball. No, he's going to play it over. A chance here to play it into the mixer. Looped in, 6-yard box, headed up and over. Darius Randall got a good look. Got his head to the ball, but sends it out of play. That was a nice ball in here. And Darius Randall, great position as he was able to fight off the defender, Cadron Spivey, to get to the ball first. Randall there just wanting the ball a little bit more than Spivey. Might have been able to use his size and his weight advantage as well. Cano playing this slow roller, and that ball nearly taken advantage by Vigilante. Just wasn't able to get a step to it. But a corner here coming early for the visitor, for the home side. Seven set-piece goals on the season for Minnesota United, looking for their 8th. Inward swinging ball coming. This ball whipped in, headed out with ease. Ferris. Harwood. Friedman. A chance here for Pacoda. Pacoda back to Friedman. Brings it to his right. Knocked off the ball, and another foul here called against Quakes too. And another great opportunity just yards outside the 18-yard box for the Loons. Pacoda to send this in with the right foot. Nathan Crockford awaits at the near post, adjusting the one-man wall. The strike headed away, but only as far as Pacoda. He'll send it back into the mixer, headed out by Cano. Friedman cuts inside, plays in with the left, chipped up, and headed out by Quakes too. Minnesota doing a good job holding on to possession here, making Quakes 2 work for the ball. Try to tire out the legs of the visitors. Friedman clips it in, headed out once again by Quakes 2. And now we'll have a foul called against Minnesota. This will go against Vigilante. Talking to Dan DeGear over the course of the season about how they want to possess the ball. He really wants to dictate the game and be in control, really have the opposition adjust to them. But he wants to see fluid movement, advancing and creating chances. This team not afraid to be an expansive team, really a wide-style team that likes to whip in balls from the channels. Allen, this ball cut out and sent away by Minnesota's Tarnu. This ball sent into the 6-yard box and headed back. And this will go over the line. Did it stay in? Will this be a throw or will this be a corner? And it'll be a throw here for Quakes 2, but a chance here in the final third to get something going here in the 12th minute of play. It'll be Jacob Heisner to send the ball back in. Long throw for Heisner. Bohane can't get to the ball, but headed out wide. And now stabbed out by Quakes 2, and a throw here for Minnesota. For Minnesota, coming off a tough loss against Timbers 2, a game they led 1-0, but allowed a brace by Eric Izota of Timbers 2. It was Luke Hilly with a lone goal in that game against Timbers 2, but they could not hold on for the win. They've lost back-to-back games. Batista loops it forward. And this one chopped down, and it'll be a throw here for Minnesota. Spivey with the chip forward. Allen in the circle. Rajagopal for the captain, Cano. Another diagonal ball here by Quakes 2. This plate is space. Chance here for Mendoza. Donnery with the left as it's stabbed aside. And it'll come out. It'll be a corner for Quakes 2. Good job there by Jack Clarkson getting his foot to this ball on the shot attempt by Donnery. Clarkson just in the perfect position defensively there to make the stop. First corner of the game here for Quakes. They'll go short. Shot from distance, and this will find its way just wide of the frame. Good-looking strike there, but unable to get it by Beta. Clarkson. Mendoza with the shot. Oh, another one just wide. Quakes 2 thought this was deflected out, but this will be a goal kick for Minnesota. This portion of the match is brought to you. Great look here by Mendoza. Hits it with the left foot, but just wide of the target. This ball played up the line to Randall. This portion of the match is brought to you by the experts at Allina Health, and altogether better kind of healthcare. Learn more at allinahealth.org. Beta will send it away. A foul at midfield, and this will go against Minnesota. Jacob Friedman guilty of the foul for the Loons. For Friedman, 16th start here tonight. He's played in 20 games this season in his first year. Does have a goal and assist on the year for the home side. Giveaway in the midfield. Friedman pushed over from behind, and this will be a foul. No bookings as of yet in tonight's contest. Another dangerous opportunity here coming for Minnesota. Friedman will place the ball down. Friedman, you would think, would love to have a go at this one. Could see one of those lofted balls to the back post. Let's see what he tries to do here with the wall in front, if he tries to go around it. Nathan Crockford awaits. Crockford, 29 saves coming into the evening. Freeman will take this right into the wall. That's a strike that he would love to have back. This ball headed up and out of play. Nick Dang able to get a piece of the ball, but unable to get it on target. Another giveaway in the midfield, and talking with Dan DeGear, he said that was going to be an important factor in the game. Talked about the importance of winning the midfield. And talked about really the midfield that can control the rhythm of the game, the spacing of the opposition. They really want to be the protagonists and play through them or go over and around them, but midfielders have a big say in the game. They need to have their quality and ability to make that final pass. And he talked about defensively, too. You got to be ready. Have to win the battles and win the duels in the midfield. Right now, the midfield might be a slight edge to Minnesota at the moment. Still plenty of time, though, here as Randall brings it down. How about Darius Randall, the youngest loon ever to make their pro debut for the first team at 17 years and 255 days. This season, 6 goals, 5 assists already. His last goal, though, coming back June 20th against City 2 when he had a brace. This ball slipped to Spivey. Spivey, an opportunity! Quakes 2 calling for a foul. Don't get the call. This play back in, deflected. We have a player down in the 6-yard box for Quakes 2. Quakes 2 thought this was a foul against Beta. Didn't get the call. There you see the challenge, whether it was Beta or Tarnu. Quakes 2 thought there should have been a foul called in the box, and this should have gone to the spot. For head referee, Caitlin Throwbridge saying no foul. Quakes 2 pleading their case, and they might have a good one here. A chance here for Minnesota to come to the touchline and get some water. Spivey able to sit up for Cadron Spivey, 18th start of the season. Spivey, 17 years old, has seen time with the U.S. Youth National Team. Talk about a family of athletes and a family of brothers that play in this Quakes Academy system. Jermaine also on this second team. The younger brother, Shamar, part of the academy as well. Cadron Spivey, a former U15 MLS Next All-Star MVP, and having talked with Dan DeGear about Spivey. He's a player that's comfortable on the ball, very sound for someone his age, just turned 17 this season, but he has the ability to press and to drive at the back line, and he really likes the way that he strikes the ball and can play the ball in. So Spivey, great to see him pop up, but he's a player that has a bright future for the second team and hopefully ultimately the first team. 3 goals, 3 assists on the year for Spivey, as the training staff will help him off the field. Last year, the San Jose Earthquakes team mentioned that they finished second in the Western Conference, but they were tied for the 3rd fewest goals allowed last season. This year, they've allowed just 24. They do have 3 clean sheets on the season. Going against a tough Minnesota side, though. Minnesota, 7th best in the league with 525 touches in the opponent's box coming into tonight. They've also scored 29 goals on the year. They have the ability to get in that 18-yard box, but still lacking a little bit more quality that they want to see in the attacking third. They've had a couple chances here tonight where they've had the ball in the 18-yard box and some shot attempts have been well off target. This ball played down the line, kept alive at the moment by the Loons. Tarnu to play this ball back in his first season. Hails from Monrovia, Liberia. Vigilante falls to his feet. This ball sent up to Donnery. Donnery had a chance earlier in this half, but was unable to get it on frame. Heisner. Rajagopal. Dossman steps forward, looks for Donnery, just on the edge of the area. Donnery plays it in, and that ball snatched out of the air by Bita. Looks to spring a counter. Here's Randall. Randall weaving in, now weaving out. Randall gets by one defender as this ball is played out, and no, it's going to stay in. Bohane. He'll slow it up and go backwards. Cano going side to side. Dossman. This is what Dan DeGeer has talked about, playing with purpose, playing in possession, trying to find the cracks that they can break through. Not going to force anything. This portion of the match is brought to you by Alliance Life Insurance Company of North America, proud worldwide insurance partner of the International Olympic and Paralympic Committees. Minnesota currently with 4 shots in the game. Quakes 2 with 5. Just 1 shot on target for either side. That coming from San Jose. Randall. 1v1 opportunity here for Randall. Brings it to the top of the 18-yard box. Back heel ball. Ferris, backside of the box. Freeman, try and get to the ball first, and this will be a throw here for the Loons. I haven't said much of Luke Hilly's name yet here in the first half. Let's see if he can be a little bit more active on this throw. Luke Hilly, a big journey back after tearing his ACL last August. As this played into Hilly, but can't get a piece of it. And that one shot, and the target once again well off. Anderson Ferris got a good look. For Quakes to win this in their last 4 games, their last win coming back on July 7th against SKC by a score of 6-1. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, their last win coming 3 games ago on the road against Austin FC. Mendoza trying to slip it through to Donnery. Donnery trying to bring it back. Good defensive pressure right there by Philip Tarnu. And a foul called against Donnery. Minnesota tonight without their leading scorer and Marcus Caldera. Caldera currently 4th in the league with 10 goals. Reef Kovac of Atlanta United currently leading the league with 15 goals on the season. Bohane. Bohane fighting for position. Allen. Allen trying to shield away 2 defenders. Will go to the corner flag. This ball stabbed down, and it'll be a throw here for Quakes 2. Dragging back is Dossman. Known around Dossman. Bohane. Heisner. Set piece opportunity now for Quakes 2. Edmund Mendoza will tee it up. Edmund Mendoza coming into the academy at the same time as head coach Dan DeGear. Talked about how he's a Quakes player through and through. Trains consistent with the first team. He also has seen some time with the national team as well at the youth side. But really, they expect a lot of him out of his experience, but he just continues to get better as he'll play this ball in. Backside of the box. Headed out by the Loons. But talking more about Edwin Mendoza, he's really a player that they want to see him get on forward more. Really been improving this season, even more so on the defensive side of the ball. So much you hear of coaches, they want to see those players that can play 2 ways, both in the attacking third and defending. Here's the captain, Dang. Ferris will go backwards to Bita. How about Bita earlier this season? 10 saves against City 2, a club record. This portion of the match is brought to you by Target. Target is here for the love of the Loons. Randall. Little give and go action here to Randall. Randall trying to play it to the opposite side of the field, but wasn't able to get it by Baptista. Harwood. Ferris switching sides. Donnery dropping deep. He'll drop it off. Cano sends it into the circle. Drop back to Spivey. Spivey loses his balance. Dang. Nice ball forward to Hilly. Hilly with a shot, and it's stopped, and it's sent away by Baptista. Great save by Crockford. First time he's really been tested here this evening. Hilly with a great strike with the right. How about that save by the right paw of Crockford? Corner opportunity now. No, this will be a long throw for Minnesota. Push in the box, but no foul. Minnesota wanting a foul that time in the box. Well, Quakes, too, thought they had one earlier in the half when Spivey was brought down, and Minnesota just a moment ago thinking they had one as well. Beta. A giveaway here by Minnesota. Can Quakes capitalize on the mistake? Not at the moment. Hilly for Randall. Randall to the right foot. Deflected. And Crockford unable to keep the ball, and it'll be a corner here for Minnesota. Second corner of the game for the Loons. Friedman to play it in with his left foot. Some jostling always going on as we have it talking by Hilly and Donnery. Our official also going and speaking to the keeper, Nathan Crockford, as well as Jack Clarkson. Clarkson trying to position himself right in front of Crockford, make it difficult. Right on the near post as well. This ball swept in, headed out by Allen. Randall. Harwood. How about that ball by Harwood, but just a little too heavy. Couldn't connect with Hilly. Hilly upset with himself. Couldn't bring it down with the first touch. 10 minutes to go until the break. Of course, there'll be some stoppage time added on, but scoreless here. Eisner chips it forward. Allen cuts inside as advantage was played. Donnery going at Tarnu. Donnery with a shot and stopped once again by Beta. Second save of the game for the Minnesota keeper. We're going to have a yellow card handed out as well, and this is going to go back to the foul that was against Jack Clarkson. Initially, our head referee, Caitlin Throwbridge, allowing advantage. No argument for Clarkson on the yellow card. First booking of the game for either side. Other action right now in MLS Next Pro. Carolina Core currently leading Huntsville City by a score of 1-0. Timbers 2 in LAFC. That one went to kicks with Portland getting the win in kicks, getting the extra point. Earlier today in the opening game, Philadelphia Union with a 2-1 win over FC Cincinnati. Spivey. Opportunity here for Bohan. Bohan to Allen. Donnery looping it. Bohan brings it down, and the shot blocked, but offside flag was up. There's Anderson Ferris, though, getting his body in front of the shot. but did not matter with the offside flag up. Donnery just tie this scoop pass, was looking for Bohane. How about that pass? So just right over the head of Clarkson. Bohane stays onside, or I guess really Donnery just clips that ball in a little bit earlier. Has a great chance. Tarnu in the circle for Dang, the captain. Dang pushing forward, plays this ball down the line for Tarnu. Freeman trying to create a little wiggle room. And a corner once again for the Twos. Minnesota looking to capitalize here before the break. Once again, it'll be Jacob Freeman taking the corner. Freeman, 22 years old, out of Rockville Center, New York. Played his college soccer at Monmouth before making his way to Minnesota as this ball is sent into the 6-yard box and headed up and over. Two players colliding, and our head referee, Caitlin Throwbridge, saying head injury possibly. So train staff will come out and look at the players as heads collided. Here's a look back at this corner. Baptista going down for Quakes 2, as couldn't quite catch who the player was for Minnesota that went down. By the way, great job by our head referee, Caitlin Throwbridge, seeing what happened on the playing field and immediately motioned over to the sideline to get the training staff on the field to look at these players. Scoreless here in the 40th minute. Both teams have had opportunities, but neither one able to get a goal as of yet. In the first meeting, it was a 1-0 scoreline with Quakes 2 getting the win in that match. Alejandro Cano with the lone goal in that game. Cano scoring last week against Austin FC. That game finishing in a 1-1 draw for Quakes 2. Last win for Minnesota coming against Austin FC 3 games ago. Vigilante was the other player who collided with Baptista. Both players look to be all right. Standings close right now in the Western Conference. San Jose currently in 8th. Minnesota right behind them in 9th. A win for either side, though. They would be in 8th, and City 2 would be in 7th with 33 points. Tacoma Defiance in 6th at the moment with 33 points. Top of the table right now in the Western Conference is Austin FC 2, currently with 46 points on the year. Dynamo Dos right behind them. Then Timbers 2. Bohane into the area. Bohane, how about that defensive play by Jack Clarkson? Able to stab the ball out. And this will be a corner for Quakes 2. Looked like Bohane had a step, but Clarkson able to get the ball with his left foot. And now Baptista as well as Vigilante back on the field for their respective clubs. Inward swinging ball now coming from Quakes 2. It'll be Mendoza taking it. This ball lofted, back post, punched away by Bita. Donnery to his left. Donnery with a shot. Oh, just wide. Did not lack confidence off that half volley. Julian Donnery with 6 goals on the season, but has not scored in a month. His last goal coming on July 7th against Sporting Kansas City 2. Pressure here by Quakes 2, trying to force a mistake by Minnesota, and they do. The turnover. Donnery. Mendoza back to Donnery. Back post. The shot. Oh, he didn't get a piece of it. Was Bohan. Bohan gets that cleanly. He has a wide open net of the mouth to work with. Bohan will send it with a left, and this one will drift wide. How about this ball by Donnery to Bohan? Bohan with the left got a piece, but couldn't get it on frame. Just might have slightly taken his eye off the ball. Bohan could have had an opportunity for his 7th goal of the season. His last goal also coming against Sporting Kansas City back on July 7th. Loons looking to get a late one here before the break. The shot! And that one saved by Crockford. How about that swipe by Crockford? He's made a save with the right hand and now the left hand. Randall into the area. Randall. I don't know how that got a piece of the woodwork, but it did by Randall, and this should be a goal kick. But how about this opportunity? How about that save? Big windmill of a save right there by Nathan Crockford. Crockford in his first season with Quakes 2 after coming over from FC Cincinnati 2. Giveaway by Quakes. Backheel ball. Freeman. Harwood. Dang. Ferris. Randall. Four minutes of stoppage time added on here to the first half. Both teams getting opportunities, but neither one able to get a score as of yet. Minnesota has had the better of the chances. Two big saves, though, by Nathan Crockford to keep this game 0-0. Randall. Just a heavy touch. Randall frustrated with himself on that one. Had a chance to get by the outside back and Heisner. Cano. Another big booming diagonal ball from the captain. Donnery can't get possession and then called for the foul as he was grabbing the jersey of Dang. One booking in this first half, that going to Jack Clarkson of Minnesota. Other than that, it's been a relatively clean game between these two sides. Freeman will play it back to Beta. Donnery. Dossman. Rajgopal under some pressure. Donnery playing this ball space, trying to give Tomo Allen a chance to get to it, but he's not going to be able to beat Beta to it. Mendoza applying a little pressure. Spivey trying to cut off the angle. And a foul from behind by Alejandro Cano. About 1 minute remains here in stoppage time before we go to the break. Highlights from this, we'll take a look at the schedule. We'll also take a look at the new man in charge for Chattanooga FC and Richard Dixon. Chance here for Randall. Randall ahead of the pack. Randall! This ball just tapped away from behind. Randall maybe just one too many touches. Might have had a chance earlier to go with the right foot to try to bend it around to the back post. I think just one too many touches there for the Loon. Otherwise, maybe this game could be 1-0, but a good defensive play nonetheless by Quakes 2. Donnery. Baptista, and there is the whistle to send us to break. We are scoreless at the break. Nathan Crockford with two big saves to keep this game 0-0. Our score at the half, Minnesota United 0, Quakes 2-0. Coming up in our halftime show, we look back at MLS Next All-Star Game, plus the upcoming August schedule and first half highlights when we come back. Welcome back. We head back to Charlotte for a close look at the MLS Next All-Star Game and Skills Challenge and a look at Chattanooga FC's promoted head coach, Richard Dixon.
About the big game, how about we take a look at some of the best moments during MLS All-Star Week, including the MLS. What's going on, guys? Moises Linares here in Charlotte, North Carolina for the big MLS All-Star Game. And as you can see behind me, anticipation's already building. But before we can even talk about the big game, how about we take a look at some of the best moments during MLS All-Star Week, including the MLS Next All-Star Game, which features some of MLS Next Pro's brightest stars. Charlotte kicked off with the MLS Next All-Star Game, where we got a glimpse of the game's future stars who faced off at Mecklenburg County Sportsplex. A 7-goal thriller that saw Team East take care of business versus Team West with a 6-1 victory. Less than 20 hours after scoring for Crew 2, Columbus Crew's Jamil Danjaji hopped on a flight to Charlotte and found the back of the net again.
Towards goal and through. Jamil Danjaji makes it 2-0 in the blink of an eye.
Nashville SC and Huntsville City forward Liam Stribling also found the back of the net for the East.
Nashville man, Stribling's got some space here. Stribling puts it through. How good is that?
And Crown Legacy's Daniel Brown would complete the scoring for Team East.
A good punch out. Fila. Oh, distance. Fizzer is through. Brown, the hometown product.
The West would pull one back, but ultimately it wasn't enough to overcome the East.
This is a celebration of all their hard work. So many of these guys not only had great individual seasons, they performed well for their team, but what we're starting to see, which is also so cool, is when we talk about pathway, is these players not only do well for their academy team, but most of them have already started to feature for Next Pro, which is that not only the next step for them in their own development, but it continues that aspiration to get to the highest level.
Obviously, it's a wonderful event. Such a privilege to be chosen for this. It takes years and years of training and experience for any player to get caught up into this. So congratulations to everybody that's got caught into this and everybody's family to experience the welcome of being able to participate in this event.
I mean, it's a learning experience. I'm just happy to be here. I'm going to keep going, keep training, and keep my head down and be grounded.
Before the game, we also caught up with President of MLS Next Pro, Ali Curtis, who talked about the evolution of the pathway MLS has created.
We've got a great collection of players here today. It's a great evening. It's a great event that we're fortunately able to be supported by our partner in Allstate, and we've got a great number of talented players here. So it's a great addition and a great player development moment.
Just crazy to see how far the league has come. And it's just a beautiful thing, right? Now we have 30 teams, so many more stadiums, new stadiums being built. The academy wasn't around in 2009. Now we have a full-blown academy, and to see the talent that we have here tonight is just spectacular. And so it just tells me that we're all moving in the right direction. We're continuing to move this game forward in this country with the World Cup. Everyone's excited. And now we just have to continue to help encourage and support these kids.
Here at Bank of America Stadium, MLS All-Stars lead Liga MX 3-1 after 45 minutes. A great performance in the first half. And speaking of great performances, some of MLS Next Pro's very best goalkeepers and field players took part in the skills challenge. That includes goalie wars and also the crossbar challenge.
I'm trying to get that assist in. Oh, he's cooking me alive. Those low ones killed me.
Hey, we got the...
Tuesday morning saw the MLS Next Pro players take on actor Danny Ramirez in goalie wars. The Hollywood star even banged this golazo.
Bonus ball! You got the ball!
Later, MLS Next Pro goalkeeper Will Mackey and defending champion Pedro Cruz kicked things off, going head-to-head.
Okay, here we go for two. Can he score? Oh, he does! Pedro Cruz with a clutch effort.
Houston Dynamo's Pedro Cruz would emerge victorious, moving on to the semifinals, where he faced Mexican national team and Pachuca's goalie Carlos Moreno.
Carlos Moreno to win it. Can he do it? Moreno! Get up! Get up! Get up! Take it! Take it! Take it! Oh! Pedro Cruz!
Scores, he wins.
Oh, that's it. He's done it. Pedro Cruz advances.
Cruz took care of business against Moreno, advancing to the final where he squared off versus World Cup goalkeeper Maxime Crepeau.
Let's go. Come on, Pedro. Let's go. Come on. Game on. Gotta stop him. And Maxime Crepeau is the winner of the All-Star Goalie Wars.
Cruz would come up just short of defending his crown, but would win the admiration of Orlando's Crepeau, who was impressed with what he saw.
It's fun. I talked to him right away. I was like, honestly, if you kept the balls a little bit lower and on the surface, you had me, because he was so powerful that you don't have the chance to get there almost at this distance.
Estoy muy contento. El otro arquero es muy bueno, una persona muy buena. Pude conocer él poquito. Él habló que hoy está yendo bien. Una persona buena y muy bueno. Dividir la cancha con él.
Goalkeepers weren't the only ones in action. The Crossbar Challenge saw North Texas SC Erunis face off against former MLS Next Pro star Xavier Gozo, taking on some big names like Evander and Javier Ruiz from Club Necaxa.
Representing MLS Next Pro. We see the young superstars emerge in Major League Soccer. North Texas is a great pipeline for FC Dallas.
Let's go, Nice, you're almost there.
There it is. Oh, there it is! For MLS Next Pro! What a story this could be!
Gozo would also make it to the final, but would come up just short versus Ruiz, who would go on to win the competition. An experience that has left a positive mark on both players.
This will be fun to have in your backyard, so I think it was just fun kick around and really enjoyed it.
3 days of MLS All-Star action culminated here at Bank of America Stadium with MLS All-Stars pulling a 4-3 win against Liga MX, a game that saw a handful of MLS Next Pro alumni make their All-Star debut, a major milestone for the league. Signing off from the Queen City, Moises Linares.
I had a meeting with Rich, and I let him know that he was going to be our choice moving forward. So,
thank you guys. First of all, thank you for your commitment to the club, your commitment to each other, and your commitment to just excellence, right? Because that's what we're aiming for, is excellence.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's something that I've been looking forward to ever since I retired, always.
Conversation on him becoming the interim.
Good session. Look after yourselves. Better together.
We are scoreless at the break between Minnesota United and San Jose Earthquakes 2 here in week 23 of MLS Next Pro. Plenty of time for both these teams to get on the score sheet as we get set for the second half of this match. But first, looking ahead to tomorrow's games in MLS Next Pro, CT United FC hosting Revs 2. That game will kick at 4 p.m. The nightcap tomorrow, Austin FC taking on Sporting Kansas City 2. And right back it up Monday. How about the 3 p.m. game? And if you want an even earlier game, Tuesday we kick at 11 a.m. between New York City FC and Orlando City B, followed up by another game, midweek game, Huntsville City taking on Crown Legacy at 8 p.m. Eastern. A great closeout to week 23 as we get set for week 24 next week in MLS Next Pro. But we still have more action tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and then kicking off again on Wednesday. Highlights from the first 45 minutes of play between Minnesota United and Quakes 2. Quakes 2 with an opportunity here from Donnery. Donnery with a shot, but blocked away by Jack Clarkson on the back line for Minnesota's Spivey here. Cutting in, and Minnesota maybe getting away with a foul inside the box. Whether it was a foul by the keeper and Bita or maybe another defender, still that would remain scores here. Hilly with a great opportunity, but Nathan Crockford with his first of 2 great saves in the opening half. Otherwise, this game could have been 1-0 Minnesota. Here, the other one. How about that swipe by Crockford to keep this game 0-0, and that is where we are at the break when we return second half for you.
be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Yeah. Boys hear sentiment. Flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best. Can rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions. Trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next. Just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now.
The unique energy of a Sunday night. Ideal for calm music, whispers, stargazing, reflection, and a relaxed environment. Sunday nights were made for this.
45 minutes down in Blaine, Minnesota at National Sports Center Stadium as we are scoreless between Minnesota United and San Jose Earthquakes 2 as we get set for the second half of play between these two sides. And we will have a couple of subs to begin this second half. For Minnesota, coming onto the field will be Hector Cruz, as Hector Cruz will replace Maxwell Harwood. And then also coming in for Quakes 2, we will have a sub as well. Diego Baptista will head off the field. And then coming on for the San Jose side will be Kawinde Jr. So Martin Kawinde Jr. will come onto the field now for San Jose. So just one sub each to begin the second half. See what kind of lifeline these two players can bring to the field. Hector Cruz, he's been a player that's come off the bench over the course of the season as well as been a starter. 14th appearance of the season for Hector Cruz in Minnesota. Just waiting for our go-ahead, and we are underway once again as the whistle blows from Caitlin Throwbridge. Minnesota had the better of the opportunities in the first half, but two brilliant saves by Nathan Crockford is why this game is still scoreless between these two sides. Just one yellow card in that first half. That one yellow card going to Jack Clarkson. Otherwise, a relatively clean first half. Could have possibly had a foul in the box by both sides in the first half, but either way, played on. Spita will send this up the middle. Pacoda will go backwards. Bita to Pacoda. Oh, this will find its way out wide. This ball taken away by Donnery. Donnery will get it on the return pass. Cano, the captain. For Minnesota, 4 wins at home on the season. San Jose, a chance to have their 4th win on the road. As this ball now is sent away by Crockford. Up the line. Both these teams not afraid to play with patience as they shown in the first half. Minnesota a little bit more aggressive in that first half in terms of getting on the front foot early, as now we will have a foul and this will go to the spot. An opportunity here to begin the second half as Hilly went down in the box. And now a chance for Minnesota to get the first goal of the game. Here we take a look back as there you see the foul as the two players collide. And now Luke Hilly gets fouled, and that will send to the spot for Minnesota, Jacob Friedman. No, it will be Hilly that's going to take it. So for Luke Hilly, a chance to get his third goal of the season. Scored in last week's loss against Timbers 2. Crockford has had 2 saves in the game, and this would be the biggest if he can make the stop here. Hilly steps back, Crockford awaits. Hilly a chance to get the early lead in the 48th minute. Hilly goes, and it's stopped by Crockford, and then the rebound is in! Sam Vigilante getting his second goal of the season and his first since May. Vigilante on the rebound. A great save by Crockford, but the ball popped out a little bit too far for him to get on top of, and neither of his defenders able to get to the ball before Vigilante as he puts the home side up first in the 49th minute. Well, for Hilly, just couldn't get it by the keeper in Crockford, but that is why you try to be that first player to get the spill, and in this case it's Vigilante for the easy tap in. So Vigilante with the first goal of the game. Last time these two teams met, it was Quakes 2 with a 1-0 win. Minnesota right now with a 1-0 lead. A chance for Minnesota to get their 9th win of the season. And if the scoreline were to hold, right now they would leapfrog Quakes 2 in the standings. This ball sent in to the backside of the box, but no one there. Quinde was coming up late, but that ball, too much pace behind it to get to him. For Minnesota, their last win coming 3 games ago against Austin FC. Right now, the top team in the Western Conference. Beta will send this out. Getting pushed over from behind is Dang. That foul going to be against Tomo Allen. So Nick Dang having to adjust his shoe as it came off. For Minnesota, that goal, the 30th goal of the season for the club. They've now scored 30 on the year, have allowed 34. Crockford sends it away. Hard to fault Crockford on that goal as he made the initial save on the PK stop. I guess the one thing he would like back is just to make the full save and cover up the ball. Have to hand it to Hilly. Wasn't the best strike taken, but did have enough power behind it to force Crockford to spill the ball. Here's Hilly once again. Chance maybe for 2 for Minnesota. The sidestep. Oh, how about Quinde Jr., who came on as a sub making that save? Hilly, the shot blocked away by the captain Cano. But right now, Minnesota feeling it at home. Couple good stops by San Jose there to keep this game 1-0. Quinde Jr., the sub, with a big save near the back line. Turner just a pull touch there for Minnesota as Tomo Allen will leave this behind for Quinde. Long throw. How about this throw to Donnery? Donnery clips it in and sent away, and this will be a corner for San Jose. Chance here for San Jose to level things up in the 53rd minute. Mendoza just to the right of the corner. And Mendoza, 4 assists on the season. That's a career high if they elect to go short. No, this will be played in. Headed out by Minnesota. And this will be a throw on the opposite side for Quakes 2. Long throw in. Headed away. A chance here now on the counter for Minnesota. I know they'll slow it up at the moment, and now they lose possession as Mendoza is tripped up. Mendoza was ready to go, but he's going to have to wait. Mendoza with the left foot. The service. Headed back post and sent away by Minnesota. Great job getting that by the goal scorer, Vigilante, to send that ball up in the air and out. How about this? Beautiful ball by Cano to the back post. Wanted Bohane and Vigilante right there to make the stop. Spivey to send it in. He'll go short to Mendoza. This shot, oh, just over the crossbar by Bohane. Bohane had a couple of opportunities in the first half, and they're a good-looking strike. Well set up corner. Bohane, though, just couldn't get the dip that he needed. Spivey applying the pressure on Clarkson. Hilly. Dang to the near side. Tarnu offside. Tarnu just couldn't time his run. He thought he was on. Spivey going to the spine in the middle. Here's Cruz. Cruz coming on as a sub to begin the second half for Minnesota. This ball popped in the air by Mendoza, headed down. Cruz. Friedman. Friedman once again in possession. How about this ball by Friedman? Hilly. Tarnu. So they wanted a handball. Didn't get the call. Coda. How about that ball to Tarnu? Oh, Tarnu couldn't get there. Cronkford just able to step in front of Tarnu. Donnery. Overlapping is Quinde Jr. Donnery. Quinde. Rajagopal back to Donnery. Plays in with the left. Ball still loose. The follow up. And oh, the save. Bita able to get his hand to it. First great save of the night from the Minnesota keeper now. A nice strike. That might have been going wide all along, but Bita making no doubt about it as he makes a stop. This portion of the match is brought to you by Target. Excuse me. This portion of the match is brought to you by Bell Bank, a family and employee-owned bank. Inward swinging ball. High into the air. Shot blocked away. Comes to the top of the 18, and they shot attempt wide. Donnery, he's had a couple good looks. He does not hesitate to fire away when he has an opportunity. If you're just joining us, lone goal of this game coming from Sam Vigilante in the 48th minute. Came off a rebound on a penalty kick by Luke Hilly. The kick was stopped by Nathan Crockford. And on the rebound, Vigilante able to get the goal. Tarnu, he'll go backwards. Dang, the captain. Clarkson. Clarkson goes up the middle. Gives it away to San Jose. Spivey loses possession. Freeman. Tarnu has a couple numbers in the box. Back to Freeman on the byline. Cuts it across. Headed out. And now sent away by Quinde. Quinde, since coming on as a sub, he's had a couple of good stops. And a clearance right there. And a stop on a shot attempt, and there heads the ball away. Dang. Tarnu looking to get the ball back to Freeman, but once again, Quinde in the right position. This simply sent away by Crockford as San Jose will reset defensively. Tarnu with the throw, chested down. Hilly. This ball towards the end line. Cut across. How about that save once again by Crockford? This time a kick save. He's done a little bit of everything. Of course, in the land of 10,000 lakes where hockey is king, a big save right there from the San Jose keeper. Cruz out wide. Randall try to drag the ball with him up the field. Randall will survey at the moment. He'll go backwards. How about this movement here from Minnesota? Tarnu cuts it in. Minnesota being more aggressive here to begin this second half. Minnesota with a lone goal in this game. So Cater and Spivey off. Shane DeFlores will come on. Gabriel Bracken-Sarah also onto the game. So Shane DeFlores now on, as well as Gabriel Bracken-Sarah. Oh, poor pass back. Quakes looking to make him pay, and Quakes do! Well, the mistake by Minnesota, and Quakes too, punish them. Zachary Bohane on the score sheet. 7th goal of the season, and he might not see an easier one than that. Just a poor pass back, and the Loons shoot themselves in the foot, and Bohane makes sure that he gets the wide open goal. See, just a poor pass back by Clarkson, not on the same page with Beta, and then the easy tap in. That is one that both Beta and Clarkson would like to have back. That goal coming in the 63rd minute. DeFlores just subbed on. How about this ball ahead? Oh, Tomo Allen can't get there. Beta well read as he came up to send that ball away. DeFlores maybe here with another opportunity. Bracken-Sarah, he'll go out wide. Here's the goal scorer. Bohane. Mendoza. This portion of the match is brought to you by the experts of Allina Health, an altogether better kind of healthcare. Learn more at allinahealth.org. The delivery. We'll have a corner now from the near side. No first half goals in this game. The first goal coming from Sam Vigilante in the 48th minute for Minnesota United. And then Zachary Bohane in the 63rd minute, capitalizing on the mistake by Minnesota to level things up. This ball backside. And now a long throw here for Jacob Heisner. Jacob Heisner talking to Dan DeGear, one of the most athletic players on this side. But really, he can track you down defensively and make a tough tackle. He's a threat in the air. He'll throw this ball in, but really a good addition to this team as it's headed away with ease by Minnesota, but Heisner in possession for San Jose. This ball last touch by Randall. Heisner will send it in. And now a corner here for Quakes 2. Talking to Dan DeGear about the type of people that they want to bring in to San Jose. They want good people here that are going to be a good fit to the culture. They have to have a growth mindset. They really want to be able to play within their style and be a good teammate and good in the locker room. As we have another corner here coming from Mendoza and company. High arcing ball, but right into the hands of Beta. Beta sending this high into the sky. Bragancerra. Bohane. Back post to Flores, and it's headed away. How about that positioning by Tarnu, getting back on the back post to head that ball away. If Tarnu doesn't get back here on that back post, it might be another goal for San Jose. Here's Mendoza. Bragancerra plays it in, but it's going to sail up and out of play. Minnesota once again dispossessed by Quakes 2. Mendoza. DeFlores. Allen to his right. A chance now here for Minnesota to counter. This ball played forward. Randall can't get to the ball first, though. It'll come all the way back to Nathan Crockford. Cano once again wearing the captain's armband for San Jose. Dan DeGear talking about how he's been here since day one. He brings a lot to the group. Really has been great with the team building, the culture here. They expect a lot from their captain. A guy that's been training with the first team, but it's great at individual defending. But one of the things they also love is his leadership, and a large reason why he is wearing that captain's armband. Sure, the same thing Fernando Adi would say about his captain and Nick Dang. Nick Dang, of course, coming from the college ranks at the University of Virginia before making his way to Minnesota United. But a lot of times you want that leader, whether they're going to be a vocal leader or one that leads by example, but a player that the team believes in and gets behind. Freeman to his left. This ball played in, and there is Crockford, Vigilante, the intended target. One to one our score. San Jose a chance if they win this game, if they can get the game-winning goal, we'll have another 3 points. So they'll just be right outside the 7th spot. They'd be sitting there with 32 points on the year if they can find a win. Same would go for Minnesota. I put both teams just 1 point behind City 2 and Tacoma Defiance, the two teams ahead of them. Tacoma Defiance currently 6th in the standings. City 2 currently sitting 7th. Seven games to go for Minnesota after this game. Up next for the Loons, Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, on the road against Real Monarchs. Vigilante. Tarnu. Meanwhile, for San Jose, Earthquakes 2. Up next for them, they will host City 2 Sunday. That game still to be determined. Kuende called for the foul. Just the one booking so far in this game. That came in the first half from Jack Clarkson of Minnesota. Vigilante, top of the 18. Well, if it wasn't for the mistake and the miscommunication between Jack Clarkson and Christers Beats, the goalkeeper of Minnesota, They should be leading this game 1-0. San Jose Earthquakes capitalizing on the mistake. Zachary Bohane with his 7th goal this season. His first goal since July 7th. And last goal coming just over a month ago against Sporting Kansas City 2. Sometimes all it takes is an easy one to get yourself going. A turnover by Minnesota. Bracken Sarah sends it back. Post, not it down to Flores. And a goal kick here. How about this ball on by Bracken Sarah? Bohane sending to the back post. Try and connect with DeFlores. This goes up and over, and we'll have a goal kick for Minnesota. DeFlores for Bohane. Has Allen ahead. This ball sent in. DeFlores keeps it alive. Back heel. And goes out. And this will be a goal kick for Minnesota. And now we'll have another substitution come on for Minnesota. Luciano Pacota's day is over. So Pacota off. And George Porter now on. Freeman. Vigilante, though, offside flag is up. He's in disagreement. This portion of the match is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. Tried and true blue. Tarnu to send it back in for the home side. Here's Porter getting his first touch. Clarkson. Porter. Dang. Trying to get it back to Porter. Unable to reconnect. Tarnu. How about this ball in by Tarnu? Chested down by Hilly. Hilly trying to play it to his right foot, but Cano doing enough to disrupt Hilly. Now Hilly slow to get up. Kawende pushing up the field for San Jose. Kawende has a little room to roam. Plays it in. Blocked away. Dang, the captain able to block that with his hip. Bracken Sarah. Mendoza. Mendoza and company want a handball. Don't get the call. Bohane plays the ball in. Headed back. Another collision, and this will be a foul against DeFlores. Here's the ball in by Bohane. It's a nice ball in. But Tarnu, once again, he's been great on that back post. A couple different times in this second half. He's had to clear the ball away from danger. All those things that goes unnoticed in the stat sheet. And Jacob Freeman's night is now over as Troy Putt will come on. Troy Putt making his 17th appearance of the season. Does have 2 goals and 2 assists on the year. Second season with the club. We'll see if he can give Minnesota a jolt of energy. Kawende into the middle of the pitch. Bragan Sarah squeezes by 2 defenders, try to slip the ball in, unable to do so. Bohane to his left, back to his right now. Turns away. Little give and go action here, but Rajagopal couldn't get the ball back in return. Ball played out for a corner for San Jose. Mendoza. And this ball grabbed out of the air by Bita. Troy. Think chips it, able to keep it in play as Porter able to get back on the ball. That ball goes across that touchline for the throw. Maybe San Jose able to steal a little bit more of the rhythm here as we approach the 80th minute. I should say the 81st minute now approaching. Randall ahead of the pack. Cano back to defend. Square ball. Shot. Oh! Missed chance right there for Hector Cruz. Ball finding Cruz. Might have been trying to connect there with Troy, who was making a run on the post. Hard collision there between Tarnu and Kawende. Kawende. Allen loses possession. Randall once again off to the races, and a clear foul here by Kawende, and he'll go into the books. No doubt about that from Kawende. No argument as well. Randall, a couple different times in this game, has been able to show that he has breakaway speed. Kawende right there, aware of that speed, had to grab the arm. There was a moment in the first half when Randall was ahead of the pack, but might have taken one too many touches. Otherwise, maybe could have had a chance to get a shot on target, but instead the ball was poked away from behind. Rajagopal loses possession. Randall looking for Troy, and the New Zealander able to keep the ball in play. Nathan Crockford with 3 saves. Granted, one of the saves led to the opening goal by San Vigilante. But if it wasn't for his 2 saves in the first half, Minnesota could easily be up 3-1 in this game. So Rohan Rajagopal's night is over. And now making his entrance into the game is Jermaine Spivey. And for Zachary Bohane, his night is over as Warren Boyce will come on. So for Warren Boyce, making his 6th appearance of the year. Just 16 years old, one of the youngsters on the San Jose side, as Bohane leads, scoring his 7th goal of the season. Randall. Porter for Clarkson. Here's Tomo Allen. Allen. Boyce, who just subbed on. Boyce. To Flores. Oh, how about that stop? Beta gets it. It makes the save to keep this game 1-1. De Flores, a chance for possibly a game-winning goal right there. Both keepers up to the challenge this evening. This game remains level here, as we're just under 5 minutes away from the end of regulation. The 1 goal tonight for Quakes 2. They now have 39 goals on the season. Meanwhile, the lone goal for Minnesota, they now have 30 goals on the year. Clarkson looking for Randall. Randall. Kawende back to defend. Randall trying to get around Kawende. Draws the foul. And this will just be on the outside of the 18-yard box. Randall, he's been a menace all season long. And once again here tonight, frustrating the opponents. In this case, Kawende. Tries to go by 2 defenders. Kawende there, as well as De Flores over to help defensively. Porter to take the kick. Porter plays it in, headed up and over. It was Hilly who got his head to it, but couldn't get the downward angle that he needed. It's a good ball in right there by Porter, but Hilly just unable to convert. So, Tomo Allen off. Jorge Torres now on to close out the game. This ball flipped up in the air. Here's Spivey. Bracken Sarah. Slip ball. Torres there with an opportunity since he just subbed on, as this ball is now played up the line by Minnesota and sent out by the center back, Nicholas Dossman. Cruz into the circle. Dang. Too heavy on that pass. Intended target was Randall. We'll have a foul here called against Minnesota. Mendoza sends it into the sky. Hard collision, and it's clean. Oh, how about that effort on the scissor kick? Ball still in play here for Quakes 2. 3 minutes of stoppage time added on. Minnesota looking for a late goal here as we have entered stoppage time. First meeting between these sides, it was Quakes 2 with a 1-0 win with a man down. This game looking like it's going to go to kicks. Mendoza backtracks. Bracken Sarah knocked over. Cruz holding up play, and Cruz is going to get a yellow card for it. Cruz not allowing Bracken Sarah to play the kick as he is issued a yellow card. Mendoza, how about this ball? And it's grabbed by Bita. Torres was right there for San Jose. That ball doesn't take such a high hop. Maybe Torres has a chance for it. Bracken Sarah nearly won the ball back for Quakes 2. Game looks like it's going to be going to kicks unless there's a late miracle here from either team. Seen some crazy things happen in MLS Next Pro, so it's not out of the equation. Randall. Vigilante on the overlap. Dispossessed the ball. Kawinde able to play it out for a throw for Minnesota. The Loons trying for a dying moment. And there is the whistle, and this will end regulation, so we will go to kicks between Minnesota United and Quakes 2. It was a back-and-forth game between these two sides. Both keepers coming up with some big saves. Ultimately, this game in regulation ending 1-1 as we get set for kicks. San Vigilante with a lone goal for Minnesota. Zachary Bohane with the lone goal in this game for Quakes 2. At the end of 90, our score 1-1.
Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
"90 minutes in the books in Blaine, Minnesota at National Sports Center Stadium as we will go to penalty kicks as this game ends 1-1 in regulation. So a chance for one of these teams to come up with 2 points and the other one will settle for 1 point. So a chance here for both these teams who are in that playoff push. If Minnesota would get the 2 points, they would leapfrog above San Jose in the standings. Meanwhile, if San Jose gets the extra point, they will remain in that 8th and final position. Goals from both sides as we take a look at those 2 goals to get us to this 1-1 scoreline. Here the opportunity. Hilly has a chance. The save by Crockford, and it's tapped in by Vigilante. Vigilante with the goal. That one coming in the 48th minute for Minnesota, and then a poor pass back, and Zach Bohane makes Minnesota pay as he just taps in for the opening goal. And now it'll be Edwin Mendoza getting the first opportunity for Quakes 2. Mendoza converts with ease. Nothing Beta could do about that. Perfect placement from Edwin Mendoza. Crockford will come out for Quakes 2. And now Luke Hilly will come out. Mendoza Plenty of power and perfect placement in the upper right 90. Luke Hilly, second time he has been at this very same spot in this game. First one was saved by Crockford. He went to the left. Let's see where he goes this time. Hilly goes right back to the same spot, and this time converts. Little redemption right there from the striker of Minnesota. Both sides have converted on their first opportunities here. Hilly goes left. Meanwhile, guessing left was Crockford. Gabriel Bracken-Sarah now up to take the second attempt for San Jose. Bracken-Sarah coming on as a sub here in the second half. 2 goals on the season for Bracken-Sarah. Bracken-Sarah with the right, and he converts. No doubt about that one as Bracken-Sarah hits. Guessing wrong there was Beta. Beta diving to the right. Meanwhile, Bracken-Sarah going to his right. And now Troy will come up for Minnesota. The Kiwi a chance to level things up here in kicks. Troy coming on as a sub here in the second half. Does have 2 goals on the season. Oh, the save by Crockford. Big one right there from the keeper of Quakes 2. Crockford, he's had some great saves. This one, he gets his right paw on it. Second time he has made a PK save. Of course, the first one coming in regulation against Hilly. Now Jermaine Spivey up for Quakes. Spivey. Opportunity here with the right. Oh, how about that kick save by Beta? And now both keepers have made a save here in the penalty kick shootout. Spivey going right down the middle, dragging that foot is Beta. George Porter, another sub that came on in the second half, will have an opportunity here for Minnesota. Porter places the ball down. The last time out for Crockford, he made a save on the attempt by Troy. Can he make it back-to-back saves? Porter. And he does make it back-to-back saves. How about that from Crockford? How about that? That time, the left hand of Crockford making the stop. He's made stops with his left hand and his right hand in this game. He even made a kick save in regulation. The shot. Oh, just wide from the captain, Cano. And this kick will continue to go on. Cano trying to put this away, but sends it wide. That is one he would like to have back. And now coming up is the other captain, and Nick Dang. Dang. The shot. Oh, another stop by Crockford. Does it again. 3 saves in a row for the keeper of San Jose. Once again, Crockford guessing right, goes right, and makes a stop with the right hand. Shane DeFlores now will step up for the visitors. DeFlores, 4 goals on the season. The sub steps up. The shot, oh, top left corner. And San Jose Quakes get the extra point on the road. Shane DeFlores makes sure of it But it was Nathan Crockford coming up big as here DeFlores goes upper left corner to put this one to sleep as the visitors go on the road and get the extra point. San Jose Earthquakes now with 31 points on the season. Up next for San Jose, they host City 2 Sunday. That game still to be determined. Minnesota, meanwhile, Friday, they will be on the road at Real Monarchs. That game will kick at 4:30 p.m. But how about the night from Nathan Crockford? And he is tonight's man of the match, presented to you by Adidas. Crockford with saves in regulation, as well as with 3 straight to close out the penalty kick shootout. And he came up big for his club, and that's what you want your keeper to do. Have those big moments where you can come up with the win, as he helps get the win tonight, and he is tonight's Adidas man of the match. Just brilliant between the sticks here tonight for the visitors. As Nathan Crockford, this comes during regulation here, a great opportunity. And how about the swipe save with a left hand from Crockford on that save. Crockford then would get this with the right hand as he went down to make the stop. And he is tonight's Adidas man of the match. Nathan Crockford helping his club get the extra point. They now have 31 points for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Josh Toll. Once again, this game ends level, but in kicks, Quakes 2 gets the extra point. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com. And One Football, thank you and good night.